Hey everyone, it's Chanel and welcome back or welcome to Swanel's Diary. Now in today's video, I'll be giving all you bookworms a guide on the places to go in Sydney. And my credentials are, I'm currently traveling in Sydney right now, and I've been to Sydney multiple times, and I'm a huge bookworm. Also, you may or may not have noticed that I have dyed my hair. Basically, I've dyed the ends of my hair red. You can only really see that clearly in sunlight. And I also dyed my bangs, but like the red has kind of faded, so it's kind of just like a light brown right now. And I did dye it by myself at home, accompanied by my friend, which I also helped dye her hair. Anyways, let's get onto the video. The first place that is a must visit is Harry's Heartog, and this lovely bookshop is located on the top level in the Westfield Shopping Centre at Bondi Junction. And there is just such a good selection of books in this bookshop, but outside of the bookshop there are also second-hand books. I loved the cozy, inviting atmosphere, and I did pick out one fantasy book. Also, this is me in W Cosmetics trying on my new lip tint. And while we're still in Bondi Junction, you should also go to QBD Books because that's just a bonus. Okay, so I will not only be talking about bookshops in this video, I'll also be talking about reading spots because Hyde Park is just such a perfect place to read a book or write or even just walk around while listening to an audiobook. And I love matching the books that I read to the current season. So if you find a book that matches the scenery around you, then that would be so perfect. Also, Hyde Park spans over quite a vast distance, so there will be plenty of reading spots. Guys, I wanted to recommend this queer bookshop, but I just found out it got permanently closed. Like, that is so sad. And I actually need to pause this video because to have an entire bookshop dedicated to queer books was so special to me because usually it's only like a small section of a bookshop. But I completely respect the difficulty of keeping an independent bookstore. Okay, moving on, we have Berkulo Books located in Oxford Street. And I just have to say, the interior of this bookshop is so pretty. And though the first floor is regular books, the entire second floor is secondhand books. And I did get 2 secondhand books when I visited, but it doesn't stop there because there is a third floor, and the third floor has like art, music, philosophy books. Oh yeah, and there's a cafe on the second level. And of course, I'm gonna include Dymocks because it is the largest bookstore in Sydney, and it is located in George Street with a big sign that says Dymocks. You can't miss it. And I think there are 4 levels in this bookstore, and each level is quite large. While most of the store is books, I'd say half of the ground level is dedicated to gifts like stationery, journals, mugs, toys, and lots of birthday cards. This next place, I'm assuming that most bookworms would be interested in visiting, and that is the University of Sydney. This university is just so beautiful, like the architecture is stunning, and me personally, I love looking at architecture. And I actually have a friend who studies architecture at the University of Sydney, so shout out to her. But yeah, anyways, when I was visiting here, I was actually considering this to be the university that I would study at, but I ended up choosing a different university. The next place was actually recommended to me by the same friend who studies at USyd, and that is the State Library of New South Wales. It is actually so beautiful inside, guys, and I went here because I needed to log in for my mid-sem break homework. And if you're going to that library, I would recommend going to the Botanic Gardens, which is only a 4-minute walk away. It's so pretty seeing all the flowers, and it's such a good reading spot. And while you're at it, you may as well walk an extra 15 minutes to see the iconic Sydney Opera House. And from there, there's a great view of the Sydney Harbour Bridge. I'm also going to assume that you love watching sunrises or sunsets, but if you don't have a city view from wherever you're staying at, I would highly recommend going to Darling Harbour because the sunset views there are so insane. And bring a book and start reading like 30 minutes before the sunset, and as you read, the sun will go down and it will just be the most magical experience. And last but not least, we have Kinokuniya, And this is another huge bookstore, but they also have like a ton of stationery. And because it's a Japanese bookstore, there's also a lot of Japanese books. This is also located in George Street, but in this building on level 2, right above Muji. And I also just love looking at the staff recommended books. Just reading about their thoughts and how much they enjoyed the book, I think it's really sweet. And that is all for today's video. If you made it to the end, make sure to comment down below a book emoji. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye!